Throughout film history, many Hollywood stars have stood the test of time for being memorable in their strong performances and for their films standing out as significantly important both socially and politically. Charlie Chaplin is regarded as one of the most significant figures in film history, not only for his acting abilities, but his directing and writing for his many films. Chaplin, as both a character and a filmmaker, has had a strong effect on film culture, and we can still see the influences of his work in modern films and acting today. Charles Spencer Chaplin was an interesting figure. He insisted on having nearly full control in all of his films and wanted them to be of the highest quality, often writing, directing, and starring in all of them. Chaplin was very attached to his projects and style. Though not a stranger to controversy, his works are still influential and worthy of being praised and remembered. Born in 1889 in London, he lived in poverty with his mother Hannah and his brother Sidney. At an early age, Chaplin got involved with theater and performed in shows around London, and later in America, where he eventually moved and started his film career in 1913. Chaplin believed in his creative process. He considered film an art, not merely a business. His films were blocked and shot as if they were a large-scale theatrical play, likely because of his theater background. Save for one, they were all in black and white and largely silent. His filmography began in the silent era and remained silent well into the time of talkies. He first became involved with film in Max Sennett's Keystone Film Company, where his trademark character, the Tramp, was first introduced. After many films at Keystone, Chaplin founded his own film studio, where he directed and wrote many monumental films such as The Kid and The Gold Rush. Through his many works, Chaplin became one of the most popular icons in American history, but not without controversies and political battles. The most recognizable aspect of Chaplin's films was this character, who appeared in a major role in most of his work. This character was dressed oddly. He was a mishmash of sizes and styles. His carefully crafted look conveyed poverty. His pants and shoes were too big. His shirt was too tight. He was a mix of poor man and aristocrat. The acting behind the Tramp relied on inventive slapstick and clever physical comedy. He was charming, personable, and relatable to the audience, which were largely working-class people. These films were all silent, as he believed that sound would ruin the integrity of his iconic character, the Tramp. The Great Dictator was Chaplin's first foray into sound film, well after the initial introduction of sound film in the greater filmmaking population.
Out Caesar, out Nolus, Emperor of the world.
This film was more political and satirized Hitler's occupation of Europe. He played the titular dictator as well as the Jewish barber. This was his most controversial work for his portrayal of Hitler. He later regretted making this film due to the actual horror of the concentration camps. His influences reached far and wide. Many early cartoons rode his coattails in terms of slapstick comedy. Mickey Mouse and Felix the Cat were said to be based heavily on his character, as well as British comedy actor Rowan Atkinson, better known as his character Mr. Bean. In one of his final films, Limelight, his swan song, he said, "Life can be wonderful if you're not afraid of it. All you need is courage, imagination, and a little dough." This philosophy can be found in all of his films, which were filled with creativity, laughter, and heart.